As we've noted, the scoop bucket is actually behaving correctly. It's able to pivot around the shaft center. I'm thinking ahead to Inventor Studio, and I perhaps want to create an animation of this. So one of the best ways of doing that is to create an angle constraint between the two surfaces that I'm showing here. Having created that constraint, what I recommend you do is you rename that. So if we go into the constraint, we'll see that it's called, in my case, angle 9. Tough to remember that. So rename it. In my case, I'm going to use drive me and then put it in scoop so I can remember where that angle constraint is. So when I use Inventor Studio, that constraint will be much easier to find. To complete my design, I've added a 2-wire 393 motor. Let's have a look at how I did that. So I'm just going to move that out. And there are a couple of cap screws there. So when I was constraining the motor, I used 3 constraints. A couple of axis constraints from the motor. And there's some circular edges in there that you can use, or axes that you can get. And then 2 cap screws, 632 by a half and 632 by a quarter. And that completes the design. I'm going to save that and go back to the main robot assembly. In this assembly, I want to bring in my design of this scoop and place it in the main assembly. So here I'm placing that sub-assembly now inside the main assembly. Just going to rotate it around. There's going to be a couple of eye mates that I'm going to use to attach to the arm. So we'll rotate the scoop design so you can see the underside. There you can see the 2 eye mates, and we're going to be putting those onto the eye mates on the arm. Now you can see that on that bumper there's quite a few eye mates, so try and rotate it around so it takes those out of the image and zoom in as far as you can. Then you can easily grab onto those eye mates, snap it into place. I need to drag that back a little bit. And I can apply the second eye mate. Move it away from that bolt. Eye mate, Alt key, release the Alt key, and snap it into place. And there we have it. The design is complete.